TravelingMel.com.
What time is it, Melinda?
4 o'clock a.m. We're gonna ride on a bus with 15 people. Not a bus, a van. Yay!
How many hours?
6 hours at least. Yay! We need a.
That's part of traveling.
Not the best part.
We need what?
Not the best part.
The food. Some of the food.
This is our van that we're taking down to Honduras. There are 15 passengers and 2 drivers packed in there. It is pretty tight, but that's what you got to do to get to Honduras, I guess. And so it's going pretty well for the most part. The kids are hanging in there. They're being good sports. And we got another 2.5 hours or so. We're having a pit stop here, a little breakfast, and a bathroom break. Well, after a long, compact bus ride, shuttle ride, we are in Honduras. Went through, had to pay a little bit of money to get in, just part of the fee. But we're in the little town of Copan Ruinas, and we're gonna go downtown to find some food because we're hungry. And I suspect there'll be a siesta in the works, and just do a little exploring. It's a neat little town, and the ruins are right outside of town. So we're gonna do that at some point, as well as a couple other little things. So here we go. Well, after a long, hot day, we are in the Iguana Azul Hostel, and we have a group room with 6 beds, which hopefully nobody else will show up. We just had a really delicious organic meal on the patio. We had a walk around town, and now we're gonna settle in and get some showers, I think. So, got a whole group of people coming in for another room, and that's it for the night. Tomorrow we get up early and go to the ruins. We got breakfast this morning at the cafe bed and breakfast that is part of Iguana Azul. It was awesome. Everything's organic and natural and locally sourced. And we have a great view, excuse me. And then we came over and had them arrange for a tuk-tuk style little moped to come pick us up to take us to the ruins. So this is the actual building of Iguana Azul. It's very clean, very well run, very organized. It's awesome. So we're gonna wait out here 10 minutes. We'll get our ride and head to the ruins.
We like what we saw. Seems so strong until it falls. The final straw. Oh, I never felt like this before. When I was trying to show.
That's exciting.
We just took a really exhilarating tuk-tuk ride to get here to Copan, the ruins, Mayan ruins, and it's a really important Mayan site. We're really excited to see it. So we're gonna pay our entrance and then maybe hire a guide and learn a little bit more about this site. All right, we got our tickets. We're ready to go. It's kind of pricey. There's 4 different sections that you have to pay separately for each one. So we are doing 3 of the sections, including the main site, obviously, and the tunnels and the sculptural museum, because I've heard that's pretty amazing. So it came to about $100 for the 4 of us, which is it's a lot, but it is a pretty world famous, world renowned Mayan site, and so sometimes you just gotta spend the money.
You would like to have the best. That's what the records beginning say.
All right.
I don't know if it's true, but I tell the people I have to keep my prestige.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going, please.
Yes. So, one of the other expenses we think is worth it and get a lot of value out is hiring a guide. You can do these things by yourself. You can go on city walks. You can go through museums. But if you can get a guide, you get so much more out of it, and so do the kids, because they would much rather listen to a guide than me or Melinda or read the signs. So, this is Tony Rivers.
America. El Tikal in Guatemala is bigger
Okay.
than Copan. Okay. We'll see
We'll
one
go.
of the best.
Yeah. Well, and we're going to Tikal in a week or so.
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seems.
So this is a ceiba tree, the national tree of Honduras, and they apparently have these thorns until they're about 30 years old when they drop off.
It's the national tree of Guatemala.
Guatemala. Sorry, the national tree of Guatemala.
Honduras, the pine tree.
Seems so strong until it falls. The final straw.
The kings.
Cacao?
Yes. Cacao seeds. It was used also as money. At the
Really?
Maya, yeah, sure. The Maya times. So this.
You can hear that. It's the macaws.
The blackbirds that used to be the dark lady. That's a shelter. For the Mayas, that was a bird of evil bird.
Really?
That was? Why?
Came from heaven.
All the macaws are just shrieking. Other birds are shrieking. We saw oro de pendula, which makes nests that swing. We saw a turkey, and you can get really close. They sort of have these feeding stations that these wild birds will come up to. And then, of course, we come into this wide open area, and it looks like this. This is pretty incredible. I know I say that a lot, but it's cool. Oh, there goes Anders, climbing up.
I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. I had no reason to complain.
There's so much going on here. It's hard to keep track of everything that Tony is saying, but it's really pretty fascinating stuff. It's really an onslaught of sound and sights.
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed.
This is the earliest form of puppies that they ever had. So right now in Copan, we are in the ball course area, and they would play this game of ball, where they had to hit the macaw heads, the stone ones, and that would be a score. It was kind of like basketball, I guess. And right now we're up here in the locker rooms, and I see the very earliest form of lockers. cool.
Yeah.
Living in a dark, clouded haze, we danced, we fought. We were bound to make mistakes. Real love, we thought.
So this area is built by the last king named Early Dawn, and it was built like many of the other temples on top of earlier temples, and they found in this sort of lighter colored area, they found the first king and queen buried. And those were, a lot of the relics were stolen in the 90s, they think for private collectors. But this, all kinds of carvings and masks and these giant trees growing out of the rocks, which actually apparently help stabilize the ruins. It's really cool. And just the ball court is on the far side of that wall over there. If you get here, which I hope you do someday, definitely hire a guide. It is very much worth it. It's a slower pace than we would do, but it is well worth it because you get lots of information. And our guide, if you get Tony Rivers, he has just a ton of information. He has 5 languages, and he really is really patient with us and taking the time to explain all the little details and re-explain some of the details. It's fantastic.
Found holes in these walls. We like what we saw. Seems so strong until it falls. The final straw. Oh, I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. Living in a dark, clouded haze, we dance.
Okay, we are in the temple now, in the tunnels, and Tony was telling us that you were saying the Mayans did not dig these.
Yes, not the tunnels, buildings, yes. This was made by them. It's the original wall here on the left. And there's 6 more layers of temples under here.
Oh.
Yeah, check that. That's the one that you see in the museum too. That's a little. With the red color.
When I was trapped, you showed an open door. I had no reason to.
This is the Jaguar Tunnel. The other one was the Rosalia Tunnel. And I guess this one's a little bit bigger. That one was about 60 feet long, 60 meters long. It's a little wild going down into the holes. But he was saying that these tunnels were never made by the Mayans. They were made by archaeologists to find the older ruins that are buried beneath the newer ruins. I will say that the tunnels are quite humid.
I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door.
It's a big macaw mouse. The beak is broken, but you can still see the eyes.
I didn't have the words to explain.
Well, we said goodbye to Tony, and he pointed us in this direction, and it's the necropolis where the people were buried underneath their houses while the relatives still lived in them. And while this is just where the royals did it, everyone followed that tradition. But they would cover it up with rocks and cement and stuff, so it wasn't stinky.
It was always on fire, our house, our dream.
That's pretty much our tour of Copan. We're not done in this area, but we're going to stop here. It's hot,
And we had a great tour. It was expensive, but I think it was worth it. Way cooler than I expected. Kind of like a movie, almost. And it was just really exotic and fun for me to see anyway. If you like this, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think, what you would like to know from us. We appreciate all of you who are watching, who have subscribed and are paying attention to our little travels. We're having a great time, and we hope you have great travels too. We'll see you next time.
Well, strap your shoulder.